This week, we've seen Linux market share explode, and we'll talk about it. Plus, people are still defiantly thumbing their nose at Valve. Are Steam Deck owners okay? And new updates for games, for gaming apps, and the Steam client make for a jam-packed week of Linux gaming news. Let's get right into it. Now, this meme just won't quit, guys. Valve has said time and time again that you should not sniff your deck's vents. But do we listen? No. Why? Because it smells like nostalgia, apparently. At least that's according to Kenneth Anderson, who posted an article about this meme over on metro.co.uk. Well, I read it, and it's funny. I remember the moment that I first sniffed my Steam Deck's vent. I think it was like the first day I had Valve's pre-release deck in my hands. I noticed that on the back of my hand, the heat was comfortably warm, but I wanted to gauge it a little more properly, so I used my lips. I just kind of stuck the deck up to my face like this, because my lips are very temperature sensitive, you know? But then I got a whiff of the Steam Deck, and I can't say that it's nostalgia or nostalgic per se. I thought it smelled more like a new car. I mean, all those VOCs in plastic, man, you gotta give it to Valve. Now, it's highly addictive, honestly, and now I smell my deck almost every time I turn it on. Knowing that Valve doesn't want me to do it makes me want to do it a little bit more. Am I sorry? Not at all. Is it irresponsible of me? I mean, am I gonna get cancer? It doesn't matter because it's worth it. It smells really good. Now, I'm just kidding. Don't actually smell your Steam Deck, even if, do as I say, not as I do. But you know what? Leave a black heart in the comments if you still sniff your Steam Deck's vents, even though you know you shouldn't. All right, next up, let's talk about ProtonUp-QT. They just rolled out version 2.10.2, and if you're not familiar, ProtonUp-QT is a graphical tool for managing Steam Play compatibility tools across Steam, Lutris, Heroic, and other launchers. You might not be aware of this, but there's more than just Proton, actually. There's GE Wine, there's Luxturpeta, and many others. They all do something slightly different from each other, and they all have their various appeal. So this update is actually a big deal for a few reasons. The first is that they've added WineZ GUI support. And this is cool because WineZ GUI is a Wine front end that allows you to quickly manage Wine prefixes and desktop integration and so forth. But then this update also made it so you could add older compatibility options with a load more button. And finally, they removed D8VK in favor of the latest DXVK, which now incorporates the work that was being done by D8VK. And this is a big deal because there's a lot of lost era PC games, is what I call them, that are running DirectX 8. With DXVK now, they're being upgraded into Vulkan, and this means that they're far more compatible with Linux systems like the Steam Deck. This means that there's greater compatibility for these older PC games, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, all things considered, this is a great update for ProtonUp-QT, and I am excited to see where this project goes from here. Next up, I wanted to let you guys know about my game, Dudeling's Arcade Sports Ball. It just got an absolutely massive update a little while ago. This update includes a new game mode, new arenas, new cosmetic items, Steam achievements, and it features Bill from Nerd Nest and Rich from Fan the Deck as announcers. This update is a free expansion for anyone who owns the game, and I am really excited about it. What's even cooler, though, is that I've ported the game over to Android. The Android build is available on itch.io or on Google Play. We've been testing the game on various Pixel devices, the Galaxy Note 9, as well as the Retroid Pocket 3, which is a pretty nice device. It also works with Bluetooth controllers and phone grips like the Backbone. Anyway, I'm super proud of this update. It's available on Steam as well as Android, and you can pick it up using the links below. So, DeckHD is a screen replacement that upgrades the Steam Deck's screen from 800p to 1200p, and it has had its fair share of benefits and compromises. The biggest compromise in my book is that you need to flash a custom BIOS to use their upgraded screen. However, it looks like Valve is actually adding official support for the DeckHD right into SteamOS. This was discovered by Brad Lynch, who posted this over on his Twitter account. Now, honestly, I would take the Deck's OLED screen at 800p over any 1200p screen, because 800p is just going to be a little more achievable on the Steam Deck's hardware, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, it's been a minute since we've checked in on the most played Steam Deck games, so let's do that. This month, the top games have remained static. Elden Ring at number 1, with Stardew Valley and Balatro taking silver and bronze respectively. However, up 1 place over last month, we have Baldur's Gate 3 at number 4, followed by No Man's Sky, which is up an impressive 30 places. At number 5, there's Dave the Diver, followed by Hades. And at number 7, we have Grand Theft Auto 5, which is currently on sale at 63% off. It's up 4 places over last month, accordingly. At number 9, we have Vampire Survivors, Fallout 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, Slay the Spire, Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, and Cyberpunk 2077. At 15th place, we have Hades 2, which has fallen 11 places. Rounding out the top 20, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Forza Horizon 4, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix, which is such a ridiculous name, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and Hogwarts Legacy. Now, overall, this was a fairly disruptive month for this list, as we saw a lot of movement. Longtime top 20 residents like Brotato, Diablo 4, Monster Hunter World, and Skyrim fell out of the top 20 for the first time in as long as I can remember, to give way to some newcomers. And it's nice to see some fresh faces in the top 20. We'll see how this list fares in a few weeks' time, especially once the effects of the Steam Summer Sale have dissipated. And speaking of sales, let's talk about this crazy good deal over on Humble. It's the LEGO World Collide bundle, and man, this might be the best bang for your buck that I have ever seen. It's pay what you want, $15 at a minimum for 18 games. First is Marvel Superheroes 2, which is verified, then DC Supervillains, which is playable, Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, which is playable, Jurassic World, which is verified, Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is verified, LEGO Worlds, which is ProtonDB Platinum, The Incredibles, which is ProtonDB Gold, the LEGO Movie 2, which is verified, Marvel's Avengers, which is playable, Batman 2 DC Superheroes, which requires Proton GE to work, The Hobbit, which is verified, Harry Potter Years 5 through 7, which is verified, the LEGO Ninjago Movie video game, which is verified, Marvel's Superheroes, which is verified, Batman the video game, which is playable, The Lord of the Rings, which requires GE Proton, Harry Potter Years 1 through 4, which is verified, and finally, the LEGO Movie video game, all one word for some reason, is also verified. Now, time is limited on this bundle, so if you want to pick this up, you can use my affiliate link below. You'll not only be helping out charity, but also this channel at no additional cost to you. And if you do use my link, thank you. Now, System76's new desktop environment called Cosmic just had a public demo featuring Carl Ritchell, their president, as well as Jeremy Sawyer and other Cosmic team leaders. Cosmic has been in development for about 2 years, and it's still a little ways out to go before it's got a stable release. But it looks like an excellent hybrid between a traditional desktop like GNOME or KDE and a tiling window manager like i3. In fact, they said that many of their most technically minded customers were asking about using i3 on their Pop! OS machines, and that's what inspired them to start working on Cosmic. There were many features about this demo that I found pretty exciting. However, it has some really cool customization features that remind me of the flexibility of something like Windows 98. And not in a bad way. I think this is actually a quite nice thing that a lot of folks are going to appreciate. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this build, and if you want to see my first impressions of the Cosmic Alpha, drop an orange heart in the comments. Now, if you're enjoying this video, why not like that smash button? It's the best way to tell YouTube you want to see more videos just like this. I release a new video every Monday and Friday, so if you get subscribed, you won't miss out. All right, now let's get back to the news. All right, let's talk about Steam's revamped demos. Last week, Valve pushed a series of Deck client betas to fix demo support on the Steam Deck, and this was in anticipation of their wider demo revamp. The biggest changes here are that 1, you can add a demo to your library without having to install it immediately. 2, demos can be installed even if you already own the full game. 3, demos can be explicitly removed from your library. And 4, when a demo is uninstalled, it's automatically removed from your library. Furthermore, demos can now have a separate store page that is able to accurately describe the content of the demo, as well as show off demo-specific screenshots and trailers. This is all really exciting, and it's been something that I've thought about doing for my game, Dudelings, for a while now. I wonder if it's going to help or hurt sales, though thinking about it, I really don't think Valve would be pushing demos this hard if they hurt sales overall. We'll see. Let's talk about the latest Steam Deck beta client, tagged July 30th. This new update adds a Steam Deck icon next to any friend in your buddy list that's playing on a Steam Deck. They've also been hard at work fixing up the game recording beta. They have fixed instances of failing to capture video data after multiple game launches, and they've also fixed video cropping when an external display is added or removed while recording. They've also added an option to share a video or screenshot to your phone, which is a handy little feature. Now, these are all great little features, and I'm really excited to see game recording specifically getting the love that it deserves. Yesterday, online statistics reporting site StatsCounter released their numbers for July of 2024, and surprise, surprise, Linux has hit another all-time high market share. Now, I'm not sure if the CrowdStrike incident gave Linux some excellent publicity or what, but given that the Linux numbers on StatsCounter has started looking more like a hockey stick when plotted on a graph, I'd say that this is just another win in Linux desktop's favor. By the way, if you missed my latest video about gaming's inevitable CrowdStrike moment, I highly recommend you check it out up here. But let's dig into the numbers for a minute. See, at this time last year, Linux was at 3.1% of overall desktop usage. Within 6 months, that number had climbed to almost 4%. Then another 6 months later, and it has climbed more than half a percentage point. The overall adoption of the Linux desktop is inevitably a good thing for us Linux and Steam Deck gamers, but also for people who are just coming to Linux. The more Linux desktops there are in the world, the freer everyone becomes, and the more game developers will need to actually pay attention to us as a platform. And given the sorry, suffering state of Windows 11 right now, and the explosive growth we're seeing on StatsCounter, and the Steam hardware survey I should add, I'd say that we're approaching critical mass, assuming we're not there already. I'd love to know what you think. Are we well and truly approaching the mythical year of the Linux desktop? Share your thoughts below. If you're new here, make sure that you get subscribed for more Steam Deck and Linux news, and why not check out this video where I talk about some of the features that the Steam Deck is still missing. That's going to do it for now though. I'll catch you guys in the next one.